You don't want to be overexposed. You don't want to be all in. You don't want to be all in and then on leverage, because when it pulls back 50%, you're going to be freaking out.
Popular Bitcoin on-chain analyst Willy Woo has revealed his strategy for trading Bitcoin in 2022. The analyst has a few suggestions for investors who are trying to navigate the murky waters of the current market situation. According to Willy Woo, the best bet for every investor is to ensure they are not overexposed, as that could have a lot of undesirable effects. Willy Woo also reveals what he currently holds in his personal portfolio and how he plans to balance everything in 2022 to avoid heavy losses. Welcome to Savvy Finance. In this video, we examine Willy Woo's trading strategy for 2022 and the crucial suggestions he has for investors looking to rake in high returns with minimal losses. Willy Woo believes the days of 100 times returns might be over for Bitcoin, but he recommends two simple ways in which smart investors can go from $1 to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Please ensure you watch the video to the end, click the like button, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for your continued support. In a recent interview where he reveals everything from the reasons for the current market situation, whether or not we are in a bear market, and his outlook for 2022, on-chain analyst Willy Woo talks about his personal strategy for this year. Willy Woo reveals that even though he views himself as a Bitcoin maximalist, he does not believe in going all in on Bitcoin. Instead, he diversifies a little with cash yields, investment in companies, and exchange accounts, where he keeps some altcoins and other leverage instruments. He adds that the cash yields help him keep calm when Bitcoin does a 50% decline like what we have now. Though Willy Woo keeps around 10 to 20% in cash yields, he wants to go higher this year to be on the very safe side.
Like, my plan is always in operation, which is to take money to cash consistently. So I have because I don't believe in bull, bear, 4-year cycles and nuclear winters. I think we're just doing more of the same. This is the second time we've gone up and we've retraced more than 50%, and then we're going up, and they're just choppy. It's just choppy times. You don't want to be overexposed. You don't want to be all in. You don't want to be all in and then on leverage, because when it pulls back 50%, you're going to be freaking out. There's a thing about freaking out is the most tragic thing about freaking out is not the pain of freaking out, but the loss of your IQ. When you're freaking out, you don't think straight, and you do the stupidest things like sell the absolute bottom, because now you've got to cover the pain you're under and the sleepless nights because you were overexposed. So I've always got a chunk in cash, even though maxis, like us, I'm also could consider myself a maxi when I talk about Bitcoin as a monetary standard, but us maxis like to think all in and never hold that dirty sinking fiat. But I'm just practical. It's like I'm gonna have this percent. I think it's like, well, my minimum is always have 10% in cash, and that 10% in cash, I know that that's self-preservation of my ability to think. That's my strategy is to have between 10 to 20. I probably want to ramp it even 20 to 30%, maybe even 40% in cash as we go into this year. But I would say that because cash, we can currently yield on cash, and we can beat the monetary dilution that the Fed's printing. Like, I'm looking for high yield on USD. Honestly, that's better than real estate. Real estate growth. My thing is now to go like two liquid buckets. One is crypto, Bitcoin, predominantly. The only thing I hodl is Bitcoin, and then I have stable coins that are yielding, and then I have this speculative thing called a exchange account, which holds any number of shit coins and trades or leverage instruments, and that's my exposure to the exotic stuff, including altcoins. If I ever buy Ethereum, I'm only buying it on the exchange. Maybe that's wrong.
You don't cold storage it.
I never cold storage, unless it's like I'm playing DeFi. Then you have to use that Ethereum network's going to take me to the cleaners every time I click some MetaMask wallet. It's like $200 per transaction, doing some weird thing, some very interesting, innovative smart contract. No, I mean it too. It's like, it's cool experiments, but God, it's you got to be trading like a lot of money before that gas fee's worth it compared to like doing something on the exchanges.
While still believing strongly in the potential of Bitcoin, Willy Woo believes the days of 100 times plus returns are over for the crypto. Many experts, including Willy Woo, have stated in the past that as the coin continues to mature, we will see less volatility and reduced returns. Willy Woo believes we would need some kind of financial Armageddon that causes the hyperinflation of the US dollars to see those high rallies again. But this is not to say the digital asset space does not offer other opportunities for people looking to make hundreds of thousands of dollars from almost nothing. Willy Woo explains that investors can still get these figures in other sectors of the industry. As an example, he suggests investing in a venture capital firm that is still in its early stage or taking advantage of the non-fungible token space where you can mint NFT and sell them for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, so that's how I'm playing it. I'm putting more into cash, sort of, because I don't see us like being so cyclical and so easy to read these cycles. Like, who read the top? Who read 69,000 and said we're going to go to 32.9 in the next few months?
Today's video was sponsored by Atlas VPN. Atlas VPN is a virtual private network that helps you explore your favorite things on the internet with more freedom and security. Atlas reroutes all your internet traffic through an encrypted tunnel to shield your online activities, IP address, and all personal data from snoopers. Atlas is the tool you need to explore the internet without the fear of being hacked or spied on by the government. It can be a real pain when you cannot access your favorite TV show because of geographic restrictions due to licensing rights, or when a seemingly safe link leads to a gigantic personal data breach with many ugly consequences. Unfortunately, these are regular incidents that everyone risks every time they use the internet. Every time you click a link, you run the risk of exposing your email addresses, passwords, social security number, other personal data, or worse, your crypto wallet and other financial information to unscrupulous individuals on the internet. Atlas also gives you 100% anonymity, so you can explore websites, streaming platforms, and every content you love without geographic restrictions for fear of being hacked. You can access all sites and platforms, including those that are restricted in your region or country. Atlas helps you browse the internet without borders, no censorships, restrictions, or fear. Just freedom and maximum security to explore all the things you love. In addition, you would be saving much more than you spend on subscriptions with Atlas VPN. With a quick change of your region with Atlas VPN, you will be able to get better deals on online subscriptions for streaming platforms and pay less for airline tickets, hotels, and more. Atlas is currently offering users the opportunity to enjoy all these benefits for $1.99 per month for 3 years. And one subscription is all you need to protect an unlimited number of devices from snoopers and restrictions. Click on the link in the description box below to enjoy all these and more benefits.
We were going to 100, dude. We were going to 100.
I think it even surprised institutions who were responsible for the initial sell-off, but then the whole thing went risk off even more, and then the people that were ready to step back and waited and like, whoa, I'm not timing it as much, even though I time it in that exotic exchange basket. I'm just like, the cash, sit on yield. And let's be honest, like, Bitcoin's not like doing a 2015 to 2017 ever again. That was 133x. The only way it's going to do that is the Armageddon, financial Armageddon, where you don't even care what the US dollar is worth because it's hyperinflated away. And I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm thinking longer term, like, here's my cash exposure, here's my investments in companies, here's my house, here's Bitcoin, here's cash yield. And it's just sensible allocations. Sensible for me, it's probably a bit risk on for most people. I'm well overexposed to tech and Bitcoin. It's at least it's not 100% Bitcoin. And I do want to go more sort of balanced. Yeah, that's how I see it. Like, I looked at the stock to flow model, and the next 4 years, if it plays out and we're underperforming it, and I don't think it's going to hold because of this new flow coming in, that's about 110% annualized. And if you're in cash yield, you can get from 20 to 50% annualized. US dollar's got its place, because if you're in cash yield, what's your maximum drawdown in any 1 month? It's positive. It's never a drawdown unless you get like, unless your instrument is highly exotic and it breaks down, like you're yielding off a DeFi network that's like on Ethereum that just completely got hacked or something. But that's not what I'm talking about. Bitcoin's growth going from a $1 trillion asset class into 10 trillion, the rate at which it's going to go. If you're into exotic investments, which, you know, Bitcoin's kind of still in that basket, you can now sort of look into early stage seed and VC baskets that can reach that kind of performance. Yeah, back in the, you see how the success of Coinbase floating for over $100 billion, that was an investment, was it in 2011, 2012 or something? The guys that invested in Coinbase did not outperform Bitcoin. Like, they would have got twice as much money if they just held their Bitcoin. And that was the most successful float we've seen so far of a Bitcoin-based or a crypto-based company. So it was always about just keep it in Bitcoin. But now we're in this phase where 110% annualized in an exotic instrument, you could do that from VC if you get the right bet. Yeah, it's an interesting time. I don't think we're in that era now where how we thought about it in 2012, 2013, 2014, where this thing, when it goes, it's life-changing money. It's just a very sensible investment that's high volatility, it's high gain, and it certainly should be a part of most people's investment portfolio just to balance out the other things. But it's not a go to the moon vehicle, like $1 turns into $1 million. Like well, those days are over for Bitcoin. Maybe if you got a punk and minted it for free and now it's multiple millions, that's your vehicle for that. And I think the kids know that, right? Like the young ones are trading these things and they're really getting into it. And I think good on them. Like, why not? That stuff is there.
Willy Woo has raised some important points in this interview, especially the need to not get overexposed. Even the biggest supporters of Bitcoin talk about its extreme volatility. With the situation of things, it may be even more volatile now than ever because most experts were not expecting us to go from $69,000 to $33,000 in less than 3 months. The crypto industry is at a very crucial tipping point right now. Countries, global corporations, big institutions, sovereign funds, ETFs, and others are looking to invest. However, everyone is still trying to figure out how they fit into the grand scheme of things, and at the same time, they are looking out for their own interest first. Models are getting invalidated, and everyone is just trying to stay afloat until the market settles. So anyone's best bet right now will be not to be overexposed so they are not forced to sell the bottom or do any other thing they would absolutely regret when everything fully takes off. Like Willy Woo is doing, please find a way to balance everything so you can sit back and enjoy the ride. Thanks for watching the video. What is your strategy for 2022? Where have you got your money? And what other ventures have you got your eyes on to stay afloat through all these? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Also, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications.